The Possible Chops podcast is a conversation about the source for inspiration and new ideas behind the drum set. Each episode explores the ins and outs of attaining and retaining a successful career in a very competitive industry.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Watch your back, man.
Right.
All right, let's get this thing going.
Vintage series.
Yeah.
Vintage kind of guy.
Oh, excellent. All right.
Vintage is funky.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to PossibleChops.com. Your host, Ronnie Gutierrez. We are here at my guest house studio with the fabulous Chaun Horton. How you doing, Chaun?
Awesome. It's great to be here.
Excellent. Chaun, everyone's been wondering what is going on with you. They love your footage on Possible Chops. We're going to go back just a little bit, rewind, and tell us a little history. Where are you from originally, Chaun?
Originally from Rochester, New York.
Oh, New York. Okay.
Born and raised. Known for Eastman School of Music, Kodak, Basham.
Wow.
Steve Gadd.
Steve Gadd.
Chuck Mangione, Joe Locke. I have to mention him.
So that was your exposure, right? That was kind of your...
That was my exposure? No.
No, well, you've
never seen those guys. Ever. Not a day in my life.
Well,
I lie. I've seen Steve once. He walked into a guitar center that I was working at. I was working at Los Provincias, so I was at the front door stamping the tickets.
Oh my God.
So I just see, it's a funny story.
Bro.
I see this head just kind of walking. And then it's like, and I see his son, I see Marco and Duke or whatever, they'll go by. No, it was Marco. Duke he wasn't there at the time. Marco goes by, and I'm like, yo, what up, man? It's good to see you. You know, and I see him, and I'm like, just so y'all know, Steve, Mr. Gadd is here. Mr. Gadd is here. Mr. Gadd is in the building. All right, don't freak him out. Thank you. Thank you. And like, you know, I had at the time I had a Vic Firth lanyard on, or my name tag or whatever.
Sure.
And he walked up, he was like, hey, I was like,
yeah, awesome.
And he was like, I love your sticks, man. He was like, hey, man, he just gave me, he's so soulful, man. Like,
yeah.
He's like, to me, I always liken, like, you know, the OGs or like, you know, the killers, like the generals, as like muscle cars.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I like that analogy.
It's like a killing Shelby series.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
SS. Like,
yeah. Amazing. So your history, where did you study? When did the sticks first hit your hands?
Church. Yes.
Amen.
Sitting behind the drummer at the church, watching him play, or sitting on my dad's lap while he was playing the organ, just being in the choir, stand, band area.
Awesome. How old were you?
2
years old. Wow.
Like when I really started, like, you know, I picked up the stick. Somebody put me on their lap and then let me play the drums. I was 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then, like, imagine like church, right? Imagine church. Imagine the first row, the first pew, being filled with kids playing air drums.
Air drums. Wow.
You know what I mean? So like
2 years old, man. That's a great story. And Chaun, you're one of the cats, man, here in LA. And I know that your technique and everything is all your own, but you must have had a teacher that kind of showed you a couple things. Who might that have been?
In Rochester, like my god brothers.
Okay.
This guy Paul Harris. Watching him, he studied with a drummer that played with Spiral Gyro.
Okay. Wow.
I'm blanking on it's like Steve.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on his name. Not Gab. Not
There's
Gab.
a lot of Steves out there.
Yeah, but like he played with a drummer that played with them at the time, and like he was like very like you know Barry Dean, the guy that played with my dad and his band.
Awesome.
You know, he was the first one to show me my doubles.
Doubles.
On a on like a you know dining room table. Do that. Whatever.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. And it just just more so picking up stuff along the way, watching the cats before me progress and like watching and learning from them. You know what I mean?
What an awesome thing to be in New York with those cats that went before you.
Yeah.
Like when it started happening for you, what was the first call that you got? Like when you got that call to go do your thing and put your stuff on it? When was that? Who was that with?
Now, who are we talking about now? We talking
You.
about church? Like in the like very beginning?
I'm talking about what made you, and all of a sudden you're on the path
To what?
to where we are right now and who you are.
It's difficult to say.
Okay.
Because it wasn't until midway through me doing Macy Gray
Macy Gray, yeah.
that I realized that I could do this.
Man,
That this was a thing.
yeah.
Because I mean, like, really, I didn't know it was a thing before I came out here.
Wow.
I just saw it on TV and it was like, oh, that's so dope. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Or like watching, like, you know, Austin City Limits and seeing, like, you know, these cats play, or seeing like Jane Monheit, or like Bet on Jazz.
Wow.
Remember that?
Vaguely.
Or like, oh, dude, BET had like, they had BET Planet Groove.
Yeah. Wow.
Where I saw Mint Condition.
Oh yeah.
Live, like with Chris Dave, Michelle Ndegeocello
Yes.
played with Rasan Patterson, Kenneth Crouch, Gordon Campbell on drums, Nissan Stewart playing with Playa.
Wow.
Like, you know, it was a lot more music on TV back then.
Man.
It was a lot more music back on TV back then, like seeing, like, you know, Nissan Stewart play with 112 on the Arsenio Hall show.
Yeah.
Or like just seeing live music, like the bands on the Arsenio Hall show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
it was cool. I didn't know that I didn't know how to get to that. So it wasn't even really it wasn't necessarily a dream. Can I say it was a dream? I don't know. Maybe it was a dream. I don't know. But it wasn't like I didn't know how to get there. It was like it was so out of my grasp.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you spent time on the drums, didn't you?
Well,
You
yeah.
had to. Like, what was like the longest lengthy time you've spent like working something out? Like, you know.
Well, when I was first practicing, I would practice to a record or something, and I'll spend like hours.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like this is a better, because it's not regimented for me.
Okay.
The same way that I approach music. It's not like,
right.
you know what I mean?
I could dig it.
Try to be like water kind of vibe, you know what I mean? Try to, you know. But the one thing, like, in conditioning, my maintenance, I would take double D batteries,
Wow.
2 double D batteries, and tape it to the stem of my kick drum pedal.
Wow.
Tighten up the tension all the way, and then I'll practice like that for a few hours.
No way.
Doubles, you know what I mean? All that stuff.
Yeah.
For a few hours, and then I'll take it off and put on another mallet. And then now it's more so about me, like, I'm flying now. Now it's more so about, like, really executing and, like, hitting it, kicking it.
Wow.
Like, really hitting those doubles and executing those notes on the kick.
That's powerful.
You know what I mean? Trying
Yeah.
to gain control. Because I don't know if who's going to do the editing on here, but I've always been called Pussyfoot. Chaun, you got a pussyfoot, and it's kind of like, yo, we're in church. Like, who says that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
Yeah. Sure.
But cats wasn't, you know, their tutelage and the way that they, like, you know, taught us came from a more aggressive, hard, like, place.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Of course, I do know what you mean.
So it's like so it's like, all right, cool. In order for me to try to, like, I don't want to be called pussyfoot no more.
Right.
And work my foot out. Yeah. So.
Awesome.
But,
So yeah. So like in doing that, and you crafted your way through it, because I've seen you play and on the Possible Chops site, you're doing some great stuff. Like, how do you keep fresh? How do you keep your ideas fresh? How do you work through that? Like you said, maintenance. I love that word, maintenance.
Yeah.
That is so powerful. That's original. Like, how do you keep your ideas fresh? How do you do that? Watching other guys? You work out patterns?
I'm a risk taker.
Okay. I like that.
Risk taker.
But I like
I'm
that.
responsible on the gig,
Uh-huh.
of course.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But I'm not afraid to fall off a cliff and fly.
Wow. Love it.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I look for the failure.
Wow.
Because there's something there.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's powerful.
Like, there's something there. It's like, oh, I'm on something. Oh, I'm off. My left foot is stopped now. It's kind of off. But there's something there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes, like, it comes, like, you know, like, when I'm practicing, that's not my focus. Like I'm practicing to try to look. I'm looking for trouble spots.
Wow.
Non-stop looking for trouble spots because what other way do you get better?
Yeah, man.
I can't play this at this tempo. All right, cool.
Right. So, wow. So, what would you tell young guys? What would you share with young guys that are coming up that want to get to this thing? Because everything you've shared sounds like such a dream and that come true. So, what would you say to a young guy coming up, on Possible Chops with not knowing how to get there? What would you say to them? What would you share with a guy?
Well, this is funny. Speaking of chops, it's not a chop-oriented thing. You have to have a good launching pad first.
Right. Launching pad.
A great launching pad.
Okay.
That's your groove.
Your groove, of course.
That's your groove. That's your pocket. And it's like cats can just launch off of whatever sometimes, but it's like, it doesn't mean anything. To me, it doesn't mean anything because I want to be here.
Yeah.
I want to be your metronome.
Yeah.
Make me your metronome. So I'm right here, and you go off and you do something crazy, and I'm like, are you back on the one? I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that, mind you, I'm still here. You know what I mean? I'm still.
Well, that's chops in itself right there. That's a set of chops to be able to groove.
Right.
Groove chops.
But like, okay, so imagine like, it's when I say it's a good launching pad,
Yeah.
and especially like, and I'm not talking about like, the chops that I play, they're worked out because I worked them out when I found them, when I discovered them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So now, versus me having to call for them, they're already there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's more sort of organic thing, and it feels organic, and it feels like something happened. I don't know what happened, but it was there. But it didn't disturb the groove. It didn't disturb what was happening musically. You know what I mean? Or it made a statement, and it was like, and then you came back down to one really hard, whatever. I don't want to get lost.
You're not.
What was your question? Well, again,
it was
I was
great,
going somewhere.
No. It was great about your chops. Like, what would you say to the young guys to keep their ability?
Have a great launching pad.
Yeah, great.
You know what I mean? Like, there's stuff we're syncopated.
Yeah.
As drummers, we're the foundation. We're the foundation, meaning that we feel everything first. In my personal opinion.
No, you're right.
Like,
I agree with you.
We feel it just as soon as the leaders feels it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We see it just as soon as the leaders see it, if not at the same time.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Only because that's what we're supposed. In my head, as a foundational player, like, we're the brutes of the field. We are the muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: when you're not playing and you're not on the drum kit, what do you do for fun? What do you do to reboot, to regroove yourself? What do you do? What is your joyful time besides drumming?
Joyful time.
I know that's I know drumming is everything, and it's our everything. But when you're not doing that, what really fills up your jars? What do you work with? What do you do for fun?
For fun?
Yes.
NBA 2K.
Wow. No kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
Straight up and down.
Awesome.
Straight up and down, NBA 2K. That's like, and it's at night. It's mainly at night, because in the daytime, you got to do work. You got to get your work in.
Yeah.
But at nighttime, when it's like a wind down time, it's like, I'm there, and I realize why I like it so much, because it's gonna sound weird. It teaches me patience.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I'm trying to take over the game and I'm trying to score all the points and I'm trying to be, like that's when we lose the most.
Wow.
I may have 40 points, but my team grade average is D.
Really? Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's killer.
Well, it teaches me so much about team play, which is why my perspective on the bandstand, for that matter, as a foundational player, is like, we are a team. You know what I mean? We all got positions to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, what type of team are we gonna be?
Right.
Are we gonna be an all-star team? Or are we gonna be a championship team? You know what I mean? Are we gonna be a team of killers?
Yeah. That's really cool. I love hearing that. A buddy of mine once said that a great athlete does his best work off season.
Yeah.
So when there's no gig, that's the time to really crunch and
Go.
and make the magic happen.
Yeah.
Okay, real quickly, we're gonna wind up because he's got to get going and be someplace. But one more time, what would you say that you do to keep yourself fine-tuned in your playing? What do you do for that?
I'm trying to. If I'm not, how can I say this? Whenever I'm not working for anybody else, I'm working for myself.
Wow.
So, a day I haven't been on the drum set, my drums and my lockout for a couple of days, and I feel like, I feel terrible. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
So just giving time to it,
Yeah.
no matter what I'm doing, like if I just sit down and start an ostinato or whatever, whatever, if I just start, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna be there for the next 45 to 2 hours.
Right on.
Just literally nonstop swinging my arms.
Right on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, practice whenever I can, listening to music. I'm always learning music all the time too, because you always, like here we're in LA, we're always working all the time, so we have to learn new covers or a new song for this or a new song for that. So it's like I'm nonstop, like listening to music, either looking at charts or making my own cheat sheets.
Yes.
I'm counting all the time.
Wow.
Counting all the time. 2-bar intro, 4-bar verse, 4-bar pre-chorus, 8-bar chorus. Instrumental, 2 bars. Back. I'm always, my mind is always going with the music, and I'm always tapping on something. I got a pad happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I know that's vital. I know I have to do that all the time, because it's the same as like once if I get used to like knocking out 50 push-ups fast.
Wow.
Fast, and then I stop for a couple of days. Getting to 25 is gonna be tough. You know what I mean?
I do. That's the thing. That's why I'm laughing, because I go through that too. If I don't practice, especially with my feet, percussion is up here, but drumming is from the ground up.
Right.
My feet are like spaghetti.
Right.
I have to constantly do singles, doubles, and flams with my feet.
Yeah.
And then I'm okay. But if I let one day go by, man, my head's going off.
Yeah.
So we're going to wind it up, and everybody, Chaun Horton, the great, fabulous Chaun Horton right here. Just one of the best there are, and what a blessing. All right, we'll see you next time. Thank you so very much. Okay.
PossibleChops.com is an online drum lesson website that makes it easy to add to your drumming vocabulary from some of the best professional drummers. If you're serious about drumming, do yourself a favor and visit PossibleChops.com. Join today. Basic membership is free. When you decide to upgrade to a pro membership, use the promo code CHOPCAST to get your first month free.